Suppose you hear about a new policy proposal. It is a plan to boost the economy. It promises to create good-paying jobs, and it will lower costs. Now, this all sounds good, but you don't know if it will actually work. So at this point, you're agnostic. You could go either way. But next, you learn that the party you support opposes it. And now you come to oppose it yourself. You come to believe it's a bad plan. You might even protest it, given the opportunity. Is this change of perspective rational? On the face of it, this looks like bad reasoning. Ideally, we should evaluate policies on their own merits. Why should it matter whether our party supports something? Parties can be wrong. And what's more, parties should ideally respond to our beliefs about what is good, not the other way around. But whether we like it or not, this is how most voters think in modern democracies. A huge body of research in political science and psychology suggests that we are, for the most part, political partisans. Our political beliefs are largely driven by our party loyalties. Partisans will even oppose their own party's policies if they're falsely told that it comes from the other side. What should we make of all this? Some philosophers argue that our deference to co-partisans is in fact rational. Knowing that someone is on your team politically means you know they share your values. And if they share your values, that's a reason to trust them on policy matters. What's more, we defer to others all the time. You trust your mechanic to figure out what's wrong with your car. You trust your doctor to figure out whether you need antibiotics. In both these cases, you lack the time or expertise to figure it out yourself. But that's no problem. In fact, if we tried to figure out everything by ourselves, we wouldn't get very far. Why should politics be any different? I think the problem with this line of thought is this. The other team is doing the same thing. People on the other side similarly trust their own party leadership and influencers. As you look to your party in deciding what to believe, they look to their party. And by your lights, they're getting it wrong. But now it looks like if you are in fact right, it's just a matter of luck. And many philosophers have thought that luck undermines knowledge. Why do they think this? Here's a thought experiment. You and your friend walk into a windowless room with two clocks on the wall. The clocks show different times. The one on the left says it's 3:45, the one on the right says it's 5:15. Imagine you haven't been outside for a while, so you have no idea where the sun is. As it turns out, you have a left bias. Due to some quirk of your psychology, you like things that are placed on the left. Your friend has a right bias. She likes things that are placed on the right. So you trust the clock on the left, and your friend trusts the clock on the right. As it happens, the clock on the left is the correct one. So now you have a true belief. You believe it is 3:45, and it really is 3:45. Your friend believes it's 5:15, and she's wrong. But are you justified in your belief about the time? Should we say you know what the time is? No. You just got lucky. You could have easily been wrong. Whoever put the clocks there could have switched their places, and then you'd believe it's 5:15, and you'd be wrong. In my view, things get even trickier for the partisan. If you look at the American political landscape, for example, you'll notice something interesting. Particular views on abortion, policing, climate change, immigration, and so on tend to travel with one another. So if you know someone is pro-choice and pro-defunding the police, for example, you can predict with good accuracy the sorts of things they'll say about immigration or climate change. But this seems odd. Why should views on such different things come in one package? And why should we think one side gets it right on such a diverse set of issues while the other gets it consistently wrong? Consider an analogy. Suppose your friend knows a lot about cars. You wouldn't trust him for that reason to be knowledgeable about antibiotics. Cars and antibiotics are different things. But then, equally, why should we trust our team to get it right on immigration just because they got it right on abortion? What all this points to, I think, is that we have good reason to be intellectually humble about our political beliefs. This doesn't mean we can never be relatively sure about some of them, nor does it mean we shouldn't fight against injustice where we see it. But we can hold our political beliefs provisionally by remaining open to arguments and perspectives that might challenge our views. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once wrote that convictions are more dangerous enemies of truth than lies. If that's right, perhaps what is called for is a move from the conviction mindset to the best guess mindset when it comes to politics.